Good morning. This is B. Naresh, working as a assistant professor in EC department. And our laboratory is electronic devices and circuits laboratory. Today we are going to perform frequency response of CE amplifier. So for this experiment, we required components like transistor and resistors and devices like this analog digital discovery kit. And this device contains two bundles here, one top bundle and bottom bundle. And this device itself, it contains function generator as well as CRO here. And we know that the CRO contains two channels here, channel 1 and channel 2 here. So in this top bundle, this orange color wire acts as a CRO channel 1 positive. And again in the top bundle, this blue color wire acts as a CRO channel 2 positive wire. And similarly in a bottom bundle, so each channel contains positive as well as a negative. In bottom bundle, this orange with white strip acts as a channel 1 CRO channel 1 negative, and another wire blue with white strip acts as a CRO channel 2 negative wire. And again in a top bundle, again we require the waveform generator here, and this yellow color wire acts as a waveform generator. By using this waveform generator, we are going to apply like either sine wave or a square wave or triangular wave. But for our experiment, we need to apply a sinusoidal signal by using this yellow wire here. Now we are going to connect the circuit as per given circuit diagram here. And this is the semiconductor trainer kit. And this trainer kit itself, it contains one breadboard, voltmeter, ammeter, and one DC source 1, DC source 2. The rating is 0 to 15 volts DC. So first I am going to place the transistor, and the transistor model is BC107, and this transistor NPN model, it contains the three terminals. From this notch and a clockwise direction, the first one is the emitter, middle one is a base, and the next one is a collector. So here I am going to place a common emitter configuration model. So emitter is placed in ground mode or common mode. This terminal is the base, and this terminal is a collector here. Now I am going to start with the source here, function generator here. So for this case, first I required a 2.2K resistor, and in this analog digital discovery kit, in a top bundle, yellow wire acts as a waveform generator. So from this waveform generator, we need to connect to resistor, 2.2K resistor. So here I place the 2.2K resistor, and from this waveform generator to the first end of the 2.2 kilo ohm resistor, and here I am placing here I place the 10 micro awesome. Here I place the 1 microfarad capacitor. So from this 2.2K another N2, we need to connect to the positive polarity of 1 microfarad capacitor here. So I connected from this 2.2K another end to 1 microfarad capacitor positive pole here. And again we need to connect negative terminal of the 1 microfarad capacitor to base terminal. So here I connected negative terminal of the 1 microfarad capacitor to base of NPN transistor. Then again we need to take 20k and 3.6k. So from the collector we need to apply 1.2k here. This is collector terminal. From this collector I place the 1.2k resistor, and another end of this resistor is connected to VCC source. So here we need to apply a 12 volts DC source. So that can be taken from the any DC source, either DC1 source or a DC2 source. So first, before going to apply, first we measure this DC source by using the multimeter. So here I am going to adjust to 12 volts by using this knob. By using this DC voltmeter knob, I adjusted to 12 volts DC volts here. So here this meter shows that 12 volts. So hence I adjusted to 12 volts DC source. Just remove this multimeter knobs. Then switch off this one. And from this positive of the DC source, it is connected to this 1.2 kilo ohms of another end here. Positive to this 1.2k other end. Again from this DC source to we need to apply a 20 kilo ohms resistor. So from this 1.2k other end to we need to connect 20 kilo ohms resistor. I connected 20 kilo ohms resistor, and another end of this 20 kilo ohm resistor is connected to 3.6 kilo ohms resistor, and this is 3.6 kilo ohm resistor. So one end should be connected to 20 kilo ohms resistor, and another end should be connected to ground potential. And bottom line I taken at the ground node, so another end is connected to ground potential, and this node is also connected to base terminal here. So by this meeting point, this is the node, the meeting point of 20 kilo ohms and 3.6 kilo ohms. This node is connected to base terminal here. This meeting point is connected to base terminal. Then again we require 220 ohms, and 220 ohms is connected from the emitter terminal here, and this is the emitter terminal. From this emitter terminal I connected 220 ohms, and the another end of this 220 ohms is connected to ground potential. This is the emitter to 220 ohms, and another end of 220 ohms is connected to ground potential here. So parallelly we need to place 100 microfarad capacitor. This is 100 microfarad capacitor. This is a positive polarity. Longer terminal is the positive terminal, shorter terminal is the negative terminal, and this positive terminal is placed across the emitter, and the negative terminal should be placed across the ground potential. So parallelly I placed across the emitter here. Then again another 1 microfarad is required. This is 1 microfarad capacitor. Again this longer terminal is the positive terminal, shorter terminal is the negative terminal, and it should be placed across the collector terminal here. So the positive terminal of this 1 microfarad capacitor is connected to collector terminal, and another end should be placed in another empty node, and this node is connected to output voltage here. So to observe this output voltage we need to use the CRO. So in that CRO you can use either channel 1 or channel 2. So here I am going to use the channel 1. So this orange color wire is actually the channel 1. The channel 1 I am going to place across the output node. So means the 1 microfarad capacitor another node here. So here I connected the channel 1 positive wire is connected to output node. The output node is connected to capacitor second end here, 1 microfarad capacitor second end. and then to make the ground potential, the channel 1 in a bottom white, this orange with the white stripe is acts as a CRO channel 1 negative terminal. It should be connected to ground node here. So hence I'm going to connect this wire is to ground potential here. So I connected here ground potential. And to make the circuit ground, then for this case, in this top bundle, we need to take one block wire. This block wire is acts as a ground potential. To make the circuit ground, this black wire should be also connected to ground potential here. So here I am going to place a ground potential here. And this the DC source negative is also connected to ground potential here. So up to this point, the circuit connections are completed according to given circuit diagram here. Now we need to verify the functionality of this frequency response of common emitter amplifier. For this case, you switch on this device, then the output can be verified by using this vigilant kit here. So for this case, we required a system, a monitor here. So first we select this waveforms window here, double click this waveform window, then this window will be open here. So in that window, there are the two blocks here. One is analog block, another one is a digital block here. So for our EDC lab, we require only analog block. In this analog block, the 3 meter devices are there. This is the scope, means it acts as a CRO, cathode ray oscilloscope. So if you want to verify the graphical representation, so then we need to use this scope here. And second one is the WaveGen. So WaveGen is acts as a function generator. It is used to apply a sinusoidal signal or a triangular signal or a square wave signal to your circuit. And the third one is a voltage. This acts as a DC voltage, but it contains only 0 to 5 volts. We can apply either plus 5 volts or minus 5 volts here. And before to observe the response of our experiment, first we need to apply the input signal. The input signal should be sinusoidal signal here. So for this case, first click on this wave generator, then another window will be open. And in that window, the left side, these are the different types of the signals are there. We can apply any signal, but our experiment, we need to apply the sinusoidal waveform. So hence choose this sinusoidal waveform. Then how much frequency we are going to apply. So initially for a given input signal, first we need to apply 1 kilohertz. Choose this 1 kilohertz. And amplifier means we need to apply the low input signal here. So magnitude should be very less. So hence I consider the amplitude is 50 millivolts. Just click this arrow, select the amplitude here. So here I am going to select this 50 millivolts. And means that I apply the 50 millivolts 1 kilohertz input signal to your circuit for a CE amplifier. Then after this, after selecting the amplitude and the frequency, suppose if I represent the sinusoidal signal Vm sin omega t, so Vm value is the 50 millivolts and the frequency is the 1 kilohertz. Then after selecting these two parameters, select this run AWG1. Means your signal is running, means the input signal is passing through your circuit. Just minimize this one. Now we need to verify the response here. So for this response, select this scope, just open the scope. Then, so while you open the scope, on the left side it contains the C1 and the C2. The C1 and indicates that channel 1. C2 indication is the channel 2. Already we discussed that in a top bundle, orange color wire indicates the channel 1 positive. So hence this is orange color indication for channel 1, blue color indication for channel 2. But in our experiment, we use the only channel 1. So just disable this channel 2. There is no need here. If you want to use this, enable the channel 2. Here I am going to use the only channel 1. And the channel 1 is connected across the output node here. And coming to this experiment, for every frequency, so what happens, the frequency, the changes. then we need to observe in that response here. So that is the reason we need to vary the frequency from the 100 Hz to some megahertz here, 1 megahertz. So then after this, first again I'm going to place, then again select this arbitrary waveform generator. In that you select first 100 Hz signal, then minimize it and just open the CRO window and choose this run option. For clear visibility purpose, you adjust this base here. So we are on the time period base and the amplitude base. So for time period, you adjust this base here. For clear visibility purpose. So now you are adjusted to base to 10 milliseconds per division. Now this is your output response for a given sinusoidal signal. So by using the signal, now we are going to measure a output voltage. For this case, go to measure and select this add button. And here we are using the channel 1, select the channel 1. So here we need to measure the output voltage, hence select the vertical button. In that vertical, choose the peak to peak and then you can add this one here. So automatically that will be added to this window here. So here it shows that the C1, the peak to peak voltage is 2.7 volts. For a given frequency is 100 Hz. So you note down that one. In a frequency column, you take the 100 Hz. In output voltage column, this is 2.6 volts here. Similarly, you can increase the frequency parameters and correspondingly you note down this output voltage. Suppose if you want to change the frequency, go to this arbitrary waveform generator and go to this frequency option and select suppose a 500 Hz, then minimize it, then open the CRO window. So now waveform will be the changes here. Then output voltage is also changes here. Then note down this output voltage. For a 500 Hz, the output voltage is 5 volts here. So like that, again go to this arbitrary waveform, select the frequency 1 kilohertz, then minimize it and then go to this waveform window, then note down the C1 peak to peak voltage, then output voltage is 5.3. So like this, we need to note down up to for every different frequencies here. So after this, observing all the frequency values with respect to your output voltages, then I observe the gain parameter here. Just apply the ratio to the output voltage to the input voltage here. But input voltage is always constant here. That is 50 millivolts here. Then go to arbitrary waveform. Then change the frequency. Suppose I adjust to 20 kilohertz. Then minimize it. Then you adjust this time period for clear visible of waveform here. Okay. Now this is the output response, a sinusoidal response, and this is your peak to peak output voltage for a given frequency. Okay, thank you.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.